We're good with it. Today I want to talk to y'all about something I was asked the last live. Okay, but I was asked what are some of the some adversity or like the trials and tribulations that I go through now at this stage of my career within customizing shoes. And the answer was very different from what I would have told you when I first started, or when I was going through actually getting a little bit established within this business. So I'm gonna get into that, but first I want to talk about the beginning stages, the middle stages, and all that kind of stuff. The things that I went through as I was trying to pursue having my own custom sneaker business. So in the beginning, I would say some of the adversity that I went through was just actually getting good at it and getting clientele. Like just getting anybody to say, okay, you can paint my shoes or whatever. So like that was a big, my bad, y'all. I'm hungry, man. I'm sorry. That was a big step for me, honestly. Just getting that one person, that two people, you know what I'm saying, to believe that I can paint the shoes and everything like that. I think I said it in a previous video, if y'all have seen it. Y'all may have not. But like my first custom I ever did, like that I was, I guess, commissioned to do, it was for $10. And I had to go pick up the shoes. First of all, I didn't have a car, so I had to go pick up the shoes. I had, you know, I always had my best friend in my corner from day one, so she actually got me introduced in the first place. So, you know, big ups to her. Had to go way out to some apartments way away from where I was, pick the shoes up, take them back to the house, paint them, and then take them back out there to the dude. And I got paid $10 for that. Yeah. So that was, at the time, I didn't really realize what was going on. But I mean, I actually lost money on it. I used my materials. I burnt up so much gas, and I only got $10 off of that. But I mean, that's growing pains. You gotta go through that kind of stuff when you beginning. The next thing I would say that I went through is actually getting the paint to stay on and perform the way it's supposed to. Like, I wasn't as good as I am, of course, now at prepping the shoes and stuff like that. I wasn't as knowledgeable in everything. I wasn't as knowledgeable about, you know, layering it and, you know, dry times and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes my shoes would crack, you know, and it'd be like, I'd be like, dang, like, why are they cracking? Because I mean, this wasn't for clients or anything. It'd just be like, I paint some shoes for a family member, or I do something for myself, and it'd be like, dang, like, why it's so inconsistent? Because some of them wouldn't crack, some of them would, you know what I mean? So that was one of the things that I went through, just trying to figure that out, going through the growing pains of getting that done. And then next, it was like I started getting to a point where, okay, I was consistently getting, you know what I'm saying, good coverage and like learning how to layer stuff and actually looking at it in good lighting and everything. My paint's not looking transparent, everything is fully saturated and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like I was getting kind of good at it or whatever. Then came the point where it was like, okay, like, why nobody want me to paint their shoes, you know? And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was very discouraged. I'm like, dang, bro, like, I'm straight, you know what I mean? But nobody wants me to paint their shoes. So what I did was I just started painting shoes for free. And eventually painting shoes for free turned into, you know, $30 here and $40 there. At this same time, I'm still working the job, y'all. don't get it twisted. I was getting to the chicken. You know, yeah. But I mean, it got to the point where I just, whatever the folks was willing to pay, it was whatever. Just give me whatever you can get. And then I started to like just buy shoes, like go to thrift stores. Like I said, I ordered beat up shoes on eBay. Just anything so I can just paint. And shortly after that, it was like I just accumulated so many shoes and everything. I'm like, I gotta do something with it. Like, people need to see this. And that is when first I started posting on Instagram. You know, I hated, I ain't gonna say I hated social media, but I just wasn't into it. You know what I'm saying? So I started posting on Instagram. You know, got a couple likes here and there, you know what I mean? And then I went to a flea market and I set up. And that's when I feel like things started to shift for me. Cause like I got my stuff out in front of these people's eyes and everything. And I'm like, I'm getting interest. I didn't make one sale. I'm gonna let y'all know I didn't make one sale at that flea market. But it was people walking up to the booth like, hey, this is cool or whatever. And that's all I needed to keep going. That and the support from my family. Because at the time, I wasn't making much money. I was working at Joann's getting $7.40 an hour. So if you work a job, you know that ain't no money, man. So that's what I was doing. My dad paid for the little booth or whatever, the table for me. You know what I mean? So it started rough, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be completely transparent with y'all. It started off rough. So at that point, that was all I needed to keep on going. So after that flea market, I actually got one lady to contact me, but it wasn't for me to paint any shoes. It was I was still doing like custom clothing and everything. So I did some clothes for her and I did some shoes, but it wasn't like painting on shoes. I just like threw some spikes and rhinestones and stuff like that on there. So after that, she came back, got some more stuff done. And then I'm like, okay, what else can I do with this? So that's when I started posting some of my work on like Let Go and Offer Up. I posted a few on eBay and I made a couple sales. So I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good about myself. Somebody liked my stuff. At this point, that was all I needed to like, somebody liked my stuff. So I got a couple sales like that, and before I knew it, it was time for me to go back to college, because that was the summer. So I went back to school or whatever, and that's when I first got my apartment. And I was painting shoes here and there then, because I mean, I'm in school. I was still trying to play football. All this different kind of stuff, trying to juggle different stuff I was doing and paying bills and all this kind of crazy stuff. So I didn't paint as much as I should have in that situation. I had my whole setup, all that kind of stuff. I should have painted a lot more, but I didn't. I was distracted and, you know, just doing other things, being in college, having fun, you know, just not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, not focusing. I was young. I mean, I'm still young, but, you know, I was younger, you know. But then I linked up with my boy KJ, and him and Jew, some guys I know from college, they started to do like sneaker events, kind of like SneakerCon, but like on a smaller scale. So they wanted me to have a table there, so I paid the money to get the table there, and for like a week or two, you know, I just went ham, just painting any and every shoe I could. And I got there, some people liked it, but that's when I first really got the hate, like kind of like it wasn't good enough, or, you know what I'm saying, people thought they would figure they were better than me or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, it kind of bothered me, because it was like one dude, like, he didn't even customize shoes. or whatever, and he was like, he was just trying to show me, like, that's before I started airbrushing and everything, like airbrushing was a better method and everything, and he was asking me why I was using a paintbrush and all this different kind of stuff. And then one dude actually said F my customs, and I'm like, bruh, I don't even know you, like I ain't did nothing to you, like what? Like it was crazy. But you know, I kept my composure, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, if that would have been maybe like a few months to a year before I really start to calm down and, you know what I'm saying, get myself right, he would have gotten beaten. If you ever watched this, you would have gotten beaten. The Lord saved you. But yeah, man, it was that was an experience. But later on in the day, I got some people who kind of liked it and everything, and then I actually bought some shoes while I was there, because you know I'm still in the mode where I'm just gonna paint, and I'm gonna try to get these shoes off and sell them and everything. I'm gonna keep wearing my shoes to class. I'm gonna keep wearing my shoes to the gym. Somebody gonna see these shoes and be like, hey, you nice with it, you know what I'm saying? So I kept on doing it, and I just kept on doing it, and I got orders here and there. But I mean, we all in college, so everybody ain't got, once them refund checks run out, then you know, it's quiet around that guy. So folks really weren't trying to order no customs or whatever. But shortly after that, I moved away from that apartment. And that was like some school apartment, so it was like, it was getting paid for with my financial aid, and you know what I'm saying, my mom was helping me and all that kind of stuff. But then when I moved out of there, it was basically like I got a townhouse, and it was like I was on my own at that point, and I had to pay them bills. So that really upped my work level. So at that point, it was like, either you gonna take this seriously, or you finna be broke and you finna end up back at home with your mom. And I didn't want to do that. So I just started working, man, working to the bone. I had my shoes, I was customizing shoes almost every day, whether I had classes, workouts, anything, I still was painting them shoes. I had a super loud air compressor. I had an air compressor from Harbor Freight, the big red joint. It was loud as I don't know what. So I know my neighbors heard it. But they was cool. They never said anything about it. So I appreciate them. That was 100 for that. But like, I just was painting. Man, I was painting on I didn't even have like a room or whatever to paint in, because that's the story for another day. I was let somebody stay with me or whatnot. So I wasn't even painting like a room. I was painting on like a tote. Like, you know, you go to Walmart and you had a little tote, the little whatever gallon totes or whatever. I just put the top on the tote and just was painting on top of that. I'm talking about my back screaming, hurting hard. And I'm talking about hurting crazy. Still painting every day. I'm at it hours a day. I was posting my stuff on Let Go, Offer Up, eBay, Facebook Market, Instagram. Any outlet to where somebody could see my stuff and potentially give me some money for my shoes, that's what I was doing. I was on it, man. And just to be honest, now that I look back at that stuff, I was okay, you know what I mean? But that is what really started to elevate me, because I started getting better faster and faster. The more I painted, the better I got. Each shoe, I got better. That's what you want to focus on. Every shoe you do, you need to feel like, okay, I'm gonna get better. I'm getting better. So that started to be the adversity that I faced then. Just trying to get my work out there, get people to like it, get people to make purchases, you know what I'm saying? Make a little money off of this. Because, I mean, I still had other streams of income and everything. But it just was like, I wanted that to be the main one. So eventually, I started getting actual orders. People like hit me up over Instagram, locally in the city, or like in the surrounding cities. They hit me up. I come back home to Memphis, people want me to do that stuff. So I start getting maybe like every 2 weeks I may get 1-2 orders, something like that. I was charging maybe around like $60 and something like that, 60 or 80 depending on what you want. Then I started getting contacted by like semi-pro players, football players and stuff like that. I did a lot of those. I started doing high school cleats, and what really I think started setting me off is once I started doing my little brother cleats. If you have like little cousins, whatever, brother, sister, whoever close to you and they play sports, especially if they're good, because my little brother was good and he was like one of the in-crowd kids at the school or whatever. So do them some shoes, do them some cleats, whatever you got to do, a backpack, do it, because that's when I started elevating. Once I did my brother cleats, that's when one of his teammates hit me up, then another one hit me up, then I started getting hit up by parents, stuff like that. Then I started doing those cleats and I posted them on Instagram, and then the other football players that follow me like, hey, I want some too. That's when I started getting orders and orders and orders. So I guess I'm out of the adversity stage or whatever that I was speaking on, but those are the things that I went through in the early stages of me getting started with this. It was hard, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It was hard, man. It was hard, but I got through it. And now I forgot who it was who asked me that, but I gave them a totally different answer. The thing now is just my patience and like dealing with people, knowing how to juggle, you know, like YouTube and my Instagram DMs, time for myself, you know what I'm saying, just to still be a person, but I own a business. Don't let the business own me, like I told y'all, you know, in the previous video. But that's the adversity that I go through now, which is minuscule compared to, you know, you can't pay your rent this month because you ain't sold no shoes or something like that. You know that, or you can't pay for a table. You gotta ask your daddy for money. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. So I would much rather take my problems and the things that I go through now than the beginning stages. But you gotta go through a beginning stages. Every book has a beginning and end. You know what I'm saying? Mine ain't ending yet. You know what I'm saying? But it's always a beginning. It's always a climax. It's always gonna be antagonists, but there will be protagonists. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be people who doubt you, who say your stuff is trash, all that. But then you gonna have your people in your corner that's with you for real, and they're gonna be like, bro, you good, just keep on going, I got you. Cause like one of my boys I did some shoes for, and I mean it was kind of both our fault. I had just did them or whatever, and the paint didn't have time to settle. He put them on as soon as I gave them to him, and I was like, bro, you really supposed to wait like 24 hours or whatever. But, and they ended up cracking and everything. But he was cool with it. He was like, man, bro, just keep grinding, bro. I got you, you know what I'm saying? You gonna do another pair for me. And like people like that, that helps, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. That helps a lot, you know. So keep positive. Just keep on working. I promise you gonna get there. Just keep working. I don't care if your stuff look garbage right now. At one time, my stuff was trash can juice. I'm gonna let y'all, I did it in a previous video, but I'm gonna let y'all see some of my beginning stage stuff. I actually got some videos coming up. I'm gonna be comparing like the stuff I used to do and like compared to the similar design now. So just keep on going, man. Stay focused, stay motivated, stay positive, man. Keep a positive mindset and know where you want to be at. And you gonna get there. I wasn't always this good. I wasn't always this composed and everything. I still go through stuff now, you know what I'm saying, within my business. But you got it, man. And I'm gonna let y'all know that. Y'all got it. If y'all need my help, you know I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Leave it in the comments. If y'all want any other videos, anything y'all want me to talk about, just leave it in the comments. You can DM me, you know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff, you know. But make sure you like the video, subscribe, join the squad, you hear me? And you know, that little giveaway, you know, it's still going on. So if you need to enter, go watch the little video. But alright. Oh. I'ma catch you.